Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer and welcome back to MotoGP 18. I'm kidding. That is not a true fact. This is not MotoGP 18 even though this is Friday. What is going on? Well, just about everything. So first thing I can tell you is we are in our new truck, which is not a new truck at all. I want to say it's a 2012 model, but that is the MAN TGX Euro 6 by Madster, and I put the skin on it. The skin took me a while. It was a fun skin to build though. I like them fun, and that one was definitely fun. And we are in Iceland. We're in Seyðisfjörður, which is, I guess, the main port you get to when you land. And yeah, it's been a scene, man. It's been a proper scene. So let us get rolling. We're going to Akureyri. That's how I say it. I may not be saying it right, but that's how I say it. Akureyri, and that is up toward the center of the island. Let's get out of here. Man, it has been a scene. Wow, this has been a day. This has really been a day. Let me check something right here. That is down. That is up. Okay, we get an indicator light up front for our front lift axle, but not for the rear. So we'll need to remember. In fact, I'm going to check manually right now before we leave and confirm. Yes, rear lift axle is up. So when we get out on the highway, get your motor running, then we'll have to drop that. Careful, careful. So what kind of a day has it been? It's been a day, man. Wow, it's been a day. It is mid-afternoon, late afternoon. It's going on 1600, going on 4 p.m. Whew, where to begin? Well, yesterday I prepped MotoGP 18, which was going to be in Brno, Czech Republic. And several things happened. You know what? We got a little trip ahead of us, so I'll go ahead and lay this all out for you. Break it down like a fraction. So I've been watching a YouTuber named Robo46, ROBO46, and this cat is all about MotoGP 18 and Ride 3, and I've really been learning a lot. And one of the things that I learned from him is that for some reason in milestone sims, there goes my voice, I made it 5 minutes, in milestone sims, MotoGP 18 and 17 I assume as well, but I don't know, and Ride 3 definitely, the traction control tends to want to turn back on. It's like it keeps wanting to turn back on. And I guess you can be a lot faster without the traction control, particularly not the traction control maxed out. You can be faster, you just have to really like pay attention and keep your wits about you and really like focus on controlling the bike, because if you don't, it'll step out on you right quick. So I'm like, I want my traction control turned off. I like the sound of that. So I turned it off, and yes, I am definitely faster. So that's one thing I did. The second thing I did is I bumped my AI up. This is in MotoGP 18. I bumped my AI up 10%, 10 points. And I started doing the races full length, 100% length, which is typically like 20 to 25 laps, about half an hour, maybe 35 minutes. Not super long, you know, if you're used to long races in sports cars, GT3, that's not terribly long. But it is, it's different. So, like an idiot, of course, I did all that at once. Ooh. Sir? Ma'am? Okay. No, all right, I was just getting ready to go. Right. And now this guy. Okay. I did all that at once. So the Brno race would be my first one with the AI bumped up, with no traction control, and at 100%. And Brno it's not a bad track for me, but it's not a good track for me. And I ended up qualifying third. I was on the front row, and I dropped a few positions, but I had made a bold and a bold and daring play, and that was to go on medium tires rather than soft. And I figured I'd lose a couple positions. I always lose a couple positions, but I figured I'd lose a couple positions, but I'd make it up later in the race. And sure enough, I dropped down to, I think, 10th, I want to say. And I am going slow because this is already slippery. This is not like the snow texture, but this sort of gray, slushy road. This is definitely significantly less grip. So we are being kind of careful here. So I always lose a few positions on the start, and I did. And then I lost a few more because I was on their mediums. And I ended up back in about 11th, I want to say, 10th or 11th. But I was confident that I could begin working my way back up through the field at about the halfway point of the race. And sure enough, that is exactly how it happened. The problem is I would have needed the race to be about 75 laps long for me to make my way all the way back to the front. And I don't know if I ever could have made my way back to the front. But I was picking people off, and it was, I have to say, the longer I play MotoGP 18, the better I feel about it as a true sim. And where I'm at now, and I think it's a combination of just share time for one thing, and also the game has patched up multiple times since it was released last summer. So I think the physics and the AI are getting better. I'm leveling the bike up, and I'm leveling my character up and improving his skill set. So I think when you put all that together, I'm at a point now where I can do it, And with the AI on that higher setting, it's like you just get in a pace line, and now you're working to make up time on the rider in front of you, and then you're timing when you're going to make your pass. And that is, to me, that is like what a real racing sim should feel like. And it feels very real because you can see the time come down between you and the rider in front of you, and it's like, 1.5 seconds, 1.25 seconds, 1 second, right? You see where I'm headed with this. And you are catching them up. And then you go wide on a single turn, and it goes from 0.8 seconds back to 1 second. And you got to make that time up again. And the thing is, like in a 20-lap race, 21-lap race, you don't have that many opportunities to make a mistake and not be able to overcome it, right? I love that because it's like you just have to have that laser focus every single lap after lap. Just don't make any mistakes, but at the same time be pushing, because you got to catch this fool. And the hilarious thing is, once you do that, and it might take 3 or 4 laps, and you get the pass, everything's cool. Hey, guess what? Now you got to do it again, and again and again and again. So I don't know if I would have been able to make those passes on the front runners, but the mid-pack riders, I was gradually picking them off. I got to 8th place, felt super, super good about the race. But I got to 8th place, and that did not help in the championship. We were in second in the points, 5 points back. It's like I can hear traffic. I can't tell if it's behind me or perpendicular. I don't want to pull out in front of somebody. So that bumped us back. That 8th place finish bumped us back to 4th in the points, but only 10 points back from first. We were 10 points back. The rider in front of us was 7 points back, and the rider in front of them was 1 point back. So we could make a pretty decisive move if we had a good finish. We could get back into the hunt. I mean, we're still in the hunt. 10 points back with, 8 races to go? That's not bad. And I reviewed the replay, and it's like, no, this is not something I want to put on the channel. It's just not, the racing is not interesting enough. And I can only do like 3 or 4 laps. That's what I sort of cap myself at, because I figure that's all people are willing to watch. 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Nobody wants to sit through a 30-minute race, particularly one that I don't win. So I took a look at the replay, and it was like, no, this isn't going to work. This is not going to work. So I looked at the next stop on the calendar, and it's the A1 ring, right? Austria. I'm good in Austria. Let's do this. So, these things in Iceland These speed bumps are massive. Really got to slow down for those. So I do the development programs. I do a bunch of practice laps. I do the qualifying. I end up on the pole. It's looking cloudy. But sure enough, the race starts and it's raining. AI does not do well in the rain. I do okay in the rain. I won the race 2 seconds off the front. And again, not good racing. I was on the pole. I led the first lap. I led every lap. I led the final lap. Not interesting in any way. And you can't see very well on the replay because it's raining. So that's no good. But it did bump us back up in the points. We're back to second and we're 5 points back. So we're 1 win away from Olivero, I want to say. Oliverio is in first. So essentially, oh my goodness. Essentially 1 win, right? We beat that guy 1 time. We'll get 25, he gets 20, and we're tied. So we're good to go there. But also not usable. That footage is not usable. Look at this tailback I got behind me here. Sorry, fellas. Making a YouTube video. Got to be careful. So that's not usable. And I'm like, son of a B. I got to post a video for Friday. I got to post something, man. And MotoGP is clearly not working out. So I hop in Euro Truck. And you remember we were in Wick, right? And we were going to go from Wick to Iceland. Well, I recorded that. Wick to Iceland. I recorded for an hour. Several things happened. One thing was leaving Seyðisfjörður, right, where we just pulled out from in the original video that I recorded. As soon as we hit that slushy highway, I slid into the guardrail. Didn't damage the truck, didn't damage the cargo. It was just not a good look, you know? It's not, I want to be like a Jedi truck driver. I want to be as good a Euro truck driver as the other YouTubers that I see, and that ain't cool. But I soldiered on, man. I hit one of those cattle guards at 100 kilometers an hour, and I swear, man, the truck reared up and pointed at the moon. I've never, like, I was looking out the windshield at stars. I've never seen that before. It was interesting. I soldiered on. I got multiple speeding tickets because the speed limit changes a ton in Iceland. Right? I soldiered on. The video ended up being an hour long. I recorded for an hour. And when I went to cut the video together at the ferry ports, when it reloads the game, when you get to the new destination, my audio was out of sync because I'm recording audio on one machine and capturing video on another. My audio was desynchronized. That's not usable. Okay. I'm not giving up on you, Day. I'm not giving up. I'm going to make this happen. So, I'm back in FS17, and I've reloaded all my mods. Now, I had the Stewart trailer pack by ARM Modding. It was an older version, and the LED blinker light on the back worked. Well, for some reason, 2.1.1.0, which is in the Giants mod hub right now, the blinker light doesn't work. I think it has something to do with the light add-on pack updating. Maybe? I don't know. It just doesn't work, and it really, really bothers me. So I've got a Richard Western trailer with a similar light, and that one works. And I'm like, I can do this. So I bust out Notepad++ and the Giants editor, and I go to work. And I spend like literally 3 hours watching YouTube videos of the light add-on script, tutorials, how to do this, going back and forth. And I feel like I got it to not work in every possible way. I got it to not load at all. I got like Lua discrepancies, inconsistencies, file not found, script not found. It's like I don't know how else to describe it. Every possible way for it to not work, I made it not work that way. I never did get it working, but I spent hours on that. I'll take a crack at it tomorrow, but like, you know what? I got a limit to my patience. I just felt like I wasn't making progress. Now, the nice thing about screwing something up every possible way is you can gradually check those boxes, you know? All the different ways that I've made this not work. You see what I'm getting at? There's only so many ways left for it to not work before it works. But at the moment, it doesn't work. And in a way, I'm sort of, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm feeling, because I think the ARM team mods are solid. ARM team, they're no joke. They haven't fixed it. They didn't get it working, right? So I don't know. But yeah, so there's that. And so I gave up on that. And I was like, man, I really feel like I should record a MotoGP video today. So I go look at the next race on the calendar, and it's Silverstone. And I'm okay around Silverstone. I don't know how I am with the AI bumped up the way it is, but I'm okay around Silverstone. So free practice, I was about a quarter second off the pace. Put me in like 10th. Okay. So we go to qualify. I tweak a couple things on setup before we qualify, and then I wait. In Moto 2, where we are now, it's a single 45-minute session. So I wait till there's about 10 minutes left, so I know what time I have to beat, and I figure I can either beat it or I can't. But I don't need to spend a lot of time like messing about. So I wait till there's about 10 minutes left, and I'm looking at the times, and I'm like, shoot, I was better than this in free practice. I can beat this time, no problem. And off I go. And I do put it on pole by about half a second. But I noticed there's a ton of riders still out. And with like 5 minutes to go, they just crushed me and bumped me back to 14th, which I've really not seen before. That's typically not like what the timing or the flow is for qualifying. So we're back on 14th, and I didn't even start the race because it's 100% length, and Silverstone is kind of a long track, so that's going to be like a 40-minute race. That's going to be a good time, and I'm not going to do well because I'm starting in 14th, like under the best of circumstances, just holding position. I'll finish 14th and drop a ton. I don't think 14th is even a points paying position, is it? Maybe MotoGP pays back to like 15th. I don't know, but it's not going to be good either way. And I'm definitely going to lose multiple positions in the championship race, like the points race for the championship. That's not going to go well. So I'm like, there's no point recording that because it's just going to be me getting my ass handed to me. So I'm like, well, now what do I do? And it's going on evening here, early evening, and I'm thinking, well, shoot. Let me just try again on Euro Truck, but let me try very, very cautiously. And that's what we're doing. So we're in Iceland, and we're very cautious, and we're trying to get up to Akureyri, which I'm 100% confident I'm saying wrong, but you know what? Nothing else has gone right today, so why should that? Anyway, so that's my day. That's my day so far. And I hope you understand when I lay it out like that for you. I hope you understand. That it sounds like I'm whining, but I'm really not. What I'm doing is I'm telling you something really, really funny, which is how my day has been just like an absolute shitstorm of a day. Like all day. Not one single thing has gone right. This has been my worst, most emotional video game day possibly ever. And I'm seriously not whining when I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that because that to me is just funny as hell. Are you kidding me? Like, what more could possibly go wrong? I suppose the game could crash, but not yet. We need to wait until we were very, very close to being done with the video, and then the game should crash. That's what I'm after. Fantastic. This truck does have mod sound in it. I mean, obviously it comes with mod sound in the Madster mod, but then I put in another mod sound on top of that I think is just fantastic. Now in base game, the base game MAN and the Madster MAN, and also this mod sound, they are all just like whisper quiet. I guess that's an MAN thing. I say MAN. Some people say man. But these trucks they just purr. There's nothing rowdy or raucous about them. They're just super smooth and quiet. So I'm definitely enjoying that coming off the... I don't think there were ghost pipes in our 2016 Scania. I don't think that's a ghost pipe exhaust, but it's pretty loud. It's pretty pretty rowdy. And this is not rowdy at all. This is very, very smooth and whisper quiet. So I'm digging the transition. I'm digging it. And it's very cool to be back in Iceland. It's been a while. It's been, what, like 6 months since we were in Iceland? It's been a hot minute. Yeah, because we went from Iceland. Yeah, that would have been like in the spring sometime. We went from Iceland to Scandinavia and made our big counterclockwise loop. And then that's when the game started patching up kind of relentlessly. And we kept getting reset to Reims. And then I believe I had to create a new profile. Bunch of things happened. But it's been a minute since we've been in Iceland. I really do like this. Although I will admit, it gets old pretty quick. You don't want to spend a ton of time in Iceland. If there was like an Iceland truck simulator, I don't think I'd play that. You know what I mean? That'd get old pretty quick. But it's really cool being up here. And there's two like principal routes, and one is three routes. There's kind of a north-south from where we are, or from where we started, Seyðisfjörður, all the way like straight up through the interior of the island, up to the northernmost point. And then there's a southern route that goes from Seyðisfjörður sort of due west almost to Reykjavik, I want to say. And then there's like a kind of a middle east-west in the center of the island that goes from the road that we're on, or that we will be on, kind of to the southwest down to Reykjavik. And all of them have... No, I take that back. Not all of them. That southern route does not have much in the way of mountain passes, but the route that we're on and that middle route both do. The southern route is cool because it's an interesting like trick how they did it. But I think the snow that we're looking at right now is a rewritten grass texture, if that makes sense. And I don't know if it's possible to have snow and grass at the same time, but I know if you take that southern route, it's snowy when you get off the ferry in Seyðisfjörður. And when you head along that southern route along the coast, you go through a tunnel, and when you come out of the tunnel, I'm going to swing it wide now. Swing it wide. So far, so good. When you come out of the tunnel, then you're in that, like, Lord of the Rings, you know? Everything's super lush and green with that black volcanic soil. Very, very cool. But it's like there's no middle ground where there's grass and snow. Not that there necessarily would be, like, climatically, you know what I mean? Meteorologically. But it's like there's no transition, and I think it's because, like I said, this snow that we're looking at is actually a rewritten grass texture, which is totally cool. I think it's awesome that they made it work, but you know what I'm saying. So it really is beautiful along the southern coast. And then this, you know, going up through all the snow and everything, this is just super, super novel. And I'm really just amazed at what ProMods does and how they do it. It's unbelievable. Look at this, sir. No. You need to stop. There you go. So I think it's amazing what ProMods does. Just what a super cool mod, and free. I can't believe that either. What would you pay for ProMods? Now, it would have to be like some kind of a lifetime membership, and you get future patches for free or whatever. What would you pay for it? I'd pay $20 for it easily. I'd probably pay 30. I don't know. Where's the cap? $50? 50 euro? I think probably somewhere around there. I don't know how I feel about... Whoa, so slippery. I don't know how I feel about paying more for a DLC than I paid for the game. That's one of those things that even if it makes perfect sense, that don't make no sense. We are just skating all over the place, by the way. It doesn't really... The video doesn't really pick it up very well. But yeah, we're just like slip sliding everywhere. I love it. We have got our foot to the floor, revs are up, and our speed is dropping. So we are definitely just like spinning the back wheels. But I think if we keep our momentum up, we should be okay. And we do have the diff lock if we need it. The thing about the diff lock is you have to be at a complete stop before you apply it. Oh yeah. Love it. So slippery. Gonna try to grab a gear here. Yep. Yeah, man. Super cool. So we'll get to Akureyri. That's what I'm going with. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. That's what I'm going with. We'll get up there, and I say we do 2 or 3 rides in Iceland. 2 or 3 trips. 2 or 3 jobs. However you want to say it. I say we do 2 or 3. Now, I would love to haul a heavy cargo in Iceland, but I don't know if there are any. Not a special transport, but just a regular heavy cargo. Get on up there. Yeah. I would love to haul one of those, and that's why I brought this truck. I feel like this truck, I mean, it's so utilitarian looking, you know what I mean? I think it suits this part of the map really, really well. It does have a sleeper, which I like, because I could definitely see getting stuck out here. Have to wait for that dang old safety safari. It does have a sleeper. It does have the 4th axle, which I like. It's got the big old cooling tower with the big old fuel tank. I think it's a 1,000-liter fuel tank. So I think this truck really, I mean, I skinned it and I built it to look really, really utilitarian. Black wheels and everything. High visibility bumper. That's got to be like the most complex high visibility bumper I think I've ever made. But I like that on all my trucks. I like the candy cane, candy stripe bumper. You know, safety first. It's got the high visibility mirrors on it, and I don't know if you saw, well, it was dark when we pulled in. I'll show you when we get where we're going, if it's daylight. But I put a couple high vis panels on the back of the cab, and a warning back there, and a high visibility rear bumper. Oh. Stay with me, baby. There you go. Oh, it's so slippery. So yeah, and it's a fun skin to build. There's a lot of variations on this truck. So when you download the template for it, there's a lot of different layers, and you really need to sort of think about what truck you're actually going to build in the truck configurator before you build your skin, because you need to pick the template panels for that specific configuration that you're going to build, and then lay it out. So this was, hey man, I'm doing my best here. Got quite a bit of snow to deal with. So it's a fun truck to skin, and I really do enjoy skinning. I still need to figure out the rigid trucks. I'm struggling with those, man. I cannot crack that mystery, that conundrum, that you've got the cab looking one way, you know, one skin for the cab and another skin for the rest of the truck. I've pulled apart some other skins that are working to try to see how they did it, and it's at this moment, it is a mystery. I cannot figure it out. So that's something to keep figuring out. And I guess I need to start skinning trailers, ownable trailers, because we own a ton of trailers. And I don't think those are difficult. I think you can just go to the Steam store and, we need to slow down. We need to slow down. I think you can just go to the Steam store and, or not the Steam store, the Giants site, get the latest iteration of ETS Studio, and I believe that has the ownable trailers in it, because I haven't seen a way in ETS Studio so far to add the ownable trailers as, you know what I'm saying? You got to put them in there before you can start skinning them, and then the templates and everything else. So I need to, in fact, maybe I'll make that a goal for over the holidays. I might take a little time off, and if I do, I will skin, maybe start an ATS, but I'll go ahead and skin the trailers that we own, get some corporate skins on those, and continue working, trying to crack that rigid conundrum that I'm having. I know there's a way to do it because somebody else has, but I just haven't been able to figure it out myself. So yeah, man, that's about it. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. It's been a really weird gaming day. And I think we're actually right around the corner. Because where are we at on time? Yeah, we're at 30 minutes on time. I want to say we're right around the corner from Akureyri. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll be on time. I don't know what kind of time you get, and you know, there's time compression in this game, obviously, when you're outside of a city. So I don't know how much time went by between when we got that warning and when we'll make our delivery. In real time, it won't be more than like 5 minutes, but it may be enough to ding us on the delivery. Now, something else that's going on, I can tell you, we have a ton of money. We have, I think, almost 400,000 euro. So we could buy a garage up here. I don't know how you feel about buying a garage in Iceland. You want to? I mean, this, what, 100 grand? Why not? Yeah, let's do it. And normally I would pull into that sort of entrance lane over there, but I looked, I didn't see anything, and it's a long trailer, so I just went for it. As you do. Right, I can see, yeah, there's our marker on the map, so we're getting close. We may be on time. We may be. We may not be. I don't know. What's funny is I just drove up here like a few hours ago in that video that didn't work out so good. But you know what, man? It's all just video games. It's all just driving fake trucks. There's really nothing to get fired up about. And like I said, I know that may have come off when we first started the episode. I know that may have come off as me just like being all pissed off and whiny, but seriously, not the case at all. I think it is hilarious. If you can't laugh, moment please. There we go. If you can't laugh at yourself, if you can't laugh at something as silly as troubles in a video game, brother, you are taking life too seriously. There we go. Get the turn signal framed in the window there so we can see it when it turns green. And I think we don't have more than a minute or two till we get this dropped off. In fact, while we're here, let's get our axles up. What'd you call me? Swing it wide. Where are we going? Where, sir? All right. Yeah, I think, oh. Biggest speed bumps in the world. I think I'll buy a garage. Now, do we want to buy a garage here? Do we want to buy it in that port town, Seyðisfjörður, where we landed? Or do we want to buy it further into the interior? Do we want to get one in Reykjavik? Are we even going to Reykjavik? Huh. Questions abound. All right, we'll think about that. All right. Saw that warning pop up, and immediately I thought, oh, Jesus, what? Oh, Iceland. Are we going? Oh, God. Right at the end. Are we going to Eddie Stobart? I believe we are. You know, I don't know if there was much I could have done about that collision. I think we're going to get in here okay, yeah. What? You want to do it? Let's do it. So let's get this open first. And I believe, is that going to tail whip? Maybe. I ain't scared. I'm kidding. I'm actually a little bit scared. But I'm going to go for it. Make up for that. Whatever it was that I hit, whatever it was that I hit. Try to make amends. Right. Pivot around here. Try not to give you the motion sickness. And I think Might need one more swing. Maybe not, though. Yeah, we're going to. Do we? Yeah, we probably do. Okay. Let me pull forward one more time. And I just went with the blank curtain cider. I didn't feel like scrolling through. It's been so long since we've just picked up a job at the dispatch. I forgot with those cast trailers in there, there's like thousands of options as far as what trailer you want to take. And I just didn't feel like sitting through them, you know, scrolling through. There's got to be at least like 80 pages of trailers, not exaggerating. So I saw this one and I like the look of the curtain cider. I think I missed it. I think I should have held it a little longer. We'll see if we can jack it sideways here. It's going to be ugly, but we may get it. We may get it. Yeah, it's pretty ugly. Pretty ugly, but you know what? I'll take it. It's been that kind of episode. Brake on, engine off. Let's see how we did. Beautiful. We weren't late. Not even close to leveling up. We go there. We hop back out and I'll show you the truck. There you go. Well, you can't see it. It's kind of in the shadows. But yeah, man. That's our MAN. I'm digging it. There you go, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.